Sometimes I be right in your face and hit like Genjutsu in place. That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though. So everybody's been asking me what's going on, where's the Black Clover videos at, where are you at in the anime, where are you at in the manga. I'll tell you right now, manga wise, I'm at almost exactly at chapter 100. I want to say I read about 4 maybe after that, I can't really remember. So I'm around there manga wise, so we ain't going to be talking about the manga in this one. We're going to be talking about the anime where I'm at. I'm roughly around episode 20, and I've gotten into what I gotta argue right now is that Arlong Park-esque arc for Black Clover. What I mean by that is this is the first arc where I think it's going to seal the deal for a lot of people and get a lot of people invested into Black Clover when they reach this point. A lot of anime that have that arc, everybody knows it, everybody always says it, that's the arc that's going to either make or break the series, or that's going to be the first big boost for that series. Naruto, everyone said it was the Chunin exams, that's where they really fell in love with it. Even though Haku and Zabuza was awesome, they were completely sold during the Chunin exams. I was the exact same way. With One Piece, everyone says Arlong Park on is where you'll get sold because of everything that happened there. I could kind of agree as well, although it took me not necessarily a while, but because of the way I just binged One Piece so much, like I watched and read it like a madman, I kind of just loved it. Not necessarily from jump, but pretty much I already appreciated what it was, and like it was just kind of like love at first sight in a way. I know I'm very nerdy, but yeah, a lot of series have that. Bleach Soul Society arc. After Soul Society, everybody says that that's that arc that put Bleach on the map, and I think potentially the Mars / the beginning of the Diamond Kingdom arc, starting with episode 16 of Black Clover, is where the series is really going to be the landmark of, whoa, it's there. Now, obviously, we're probably, if not 10 episodes past that, a little bit more, where we're at currently, you know, with the Japanese version. I believe Funimation is slightly behind, and then Toonami is a bit more behind, probably like 2 months worth of episodes behind, if not a little more. But based on where I'm at right now, honestly, seeing the Diamond Kingdom, again, I read this a long time, I truly believe that if you're going to give Black Clover the chance, and you're like, okay, tell me what is the arc that is going to hook me. A lot of people say, hey, you know, I want to be hooked from jump. So in that regard, I gotta say with Black Clover, probably not gonna, you know, fall in love with it again until you get to that arc, because just to briefly talk about my experiences since I last talked about Black Clover anime, where I was at to where, you know, episode 16, in between there, I gotta be honest, there were a lot of episodes that I was just like, oh, and that's what happened, why I kind of fell off of Black Clover, to be honest with you guys. I was watching it, and week by week, I was like, what are you doing to me right now? What is going on here with Black Clover? A lot of filler episodes. The pacing was downright horrendous at certain points. I mean, the return to Hodge Village with Yuno and them, it was kind of cool, but I'm pretty sure that was 100% filler, and it also messes with the dynamics of, hey, they haven't returned to Hodge Village in a long time. Now, at the very least in the anime, we always got to say, well, Yuno came back. Yuno was just there not that long ago, you know what I'm saying? So I never really necessarily cared for that. I think it was very reminiscent of some filler in Dragon Ball Z when Gohan went off on his own to train because of the Saiyans, and he almost went back home, but then he ran back at the last minute. The difference is Black Clover, Yuno went home. He sat down with the nun and the father and everybody and, you know, his little family and stuff. So I wasn't a fan of that. Again, it could have happened in the manga, but I'm pretty sure that was 100% filler. And overall, just again, the pacing, the, you know what I'm saying, when I'm seeing something that was, I believe, like a panel or two or a page or two in the manga of the whole Yami and Magma getting stripped down or whatever, they turn into like a whole episode. I was just like, no. So after a certain point with Black Clover, it's kind of like there's some really decent highs, and then it gets to a really low point until episode 16. Then episode 16, from where I'm at, it looks like, again, this is the selling arc. Mars, so far, the way he's been introduced in the anime and stuff like that, very interesting character. You could definitely see that there's a lot of troublesome aspects to why he is the way he is. You keep getting these flashbacks of, it seems as though it's like a female voice talking to him and like kind of saying, hey, you know, we were supposed to do this and that. So a lot of interesting things going on with Mars's character, and this is where it started to really feel like the first big threat that we gotta worry. Sure, we've had some combat, sure, we've had some nasty people up until this point. I mean, for crying out loud, one of the first episodes, we had that guy that was trying to rob Yuno's book. So we've had some nasty people. This is the first time where it feels like, yo, this guy could really do some damage. I mean, they put it as, if Yuno can't take down people from the Diamond Kingdom, there's trouble, because he's the prodigy. They added him to the Golden Dawn for a reason. We've seen him body people time after time, and it was like, that's the first time where even Yuno is like, whoa, not the first time, but it was to another level of like, you're seeing the main cast struggling between these few people from the Diamond Kingdom. Honestly, it also adds another element as well with world building of, okay, there's this Diamond Kingdom, they obviously don't like us, they don't like what we stand for or whatever, and they're trying to get these treasures. I will say, and I said it with the manga and I'll say it again, honestly, these dungeons, not that every series that does dungeons immediately is robbing from it or anything like that, but it was very, very extremely reminiscent to me anyways, watching the dungeon parts of Black Clover to Magi. That was straight up like, I felt so much Magi vibes, especially early Magi when they was really trying to get the treasure and stuff like that. That gave me those vibes all the way. And again, it always shows that Yuki Tabata, he is at the end of the day a byproduct of somebody that was a big fan or is a big fan of shonen manga and anime to that next level, that really wanted to incorporate everything that he's probably seen in one form or another. And again, I would not be surprised if he got the ideas for this from Magi, because it just really feels the atmosphere, the dangers, the secrets around it and everything. Again, there's been plenty of dungeon stories before. I'm not saying Magi's the original, but it gave me that vibe, and I love Magi. So if y'all know I love Magi, then y'all know I appreciate it at the very least. Black Clover being inspired, Magi did it better, I gotta be honest with you. Even in the anime, Magi did it better, the dungeons, but it was still pretty cool. And again, I gotta say right now, if you're asking me for Neverworld, what's going on with the Black Clover anime, is it worth my time? I'll tell you right now, to break it down to a very simple form, if you could put up with a decent amount of filler and slow-paced episodes and you could get to episode 16, from what people tell me 16 through 25 is the Diamond Kingdom Mars stuff or whatever, and that's right there the first arc where you're going to be like, at the very least, intrigued, interested, or say, yo, there's a big threat. If you're one of those people that can put up with, not every episode within the first 15 are that type of episode. I'd argue a lot of people love the first few episodes alone, because again, it was reminiscent of Naruto, but put in this fairy tale-esque world with magic and stuff like that. And there was some cool romps. It's just that after a certain point, they really started dragging their feet through the muds. The first few missions that they had where they were with magma and stuff like that, I was just like, what is going on here? The pacing is ridiculous. But again, 16 is where it picks up. So if you're thinking maybe you dropped it at 10, if you want to give it another chance, by 16 again, it's a good place where it'll really pick up. Let's quickly talk about the Magic Emperor. Dude, first of all, everyone said it from jump that he kind of looks like Hokage Naruto, but I really like his vibe. But at the same time, even in the manga, which I don't know much about him, even from the manga, so this isn't any spoilers if you're worried, he really gives me this vibe of like, do we really trust this guy? Like, I don't know, like the way he's acting for a Magic Emperor, it could be that he's just a Naruto-esque type of guy that does whatever he wants and it's funny and he's kind of a little silly or whatever. Or it could be more than that. So really, he kind of got me wondering, like, why is he watching this little kid Asta, this upstart? Did he immediately know, because again, he's a Magic Emperor, like he has something rare, he's gonna be something big, and that's why he's following him around and asking him in particular to partake in these missions? It's just kind of a little odd. So the build-up with him definitely is like, do we trust him? Why is he acting this way? Why is he so interested in Asta? Does he know something about him that even we don't know at this particular point in the series? And honestly, he's just a really interesting character. Again, very reminiscent and reminds me of Hokage Naruto, but I don't know if I necessarily trust him. Overall, Black Clover, again, from 16 on, from where I'm at right now, again in the early 20s, it's very enjoyable. I'm having a good time. I honestly think that they're definitely picking it up and they're realizing, yo, that slow-paced filler stuff is annoying because there's quite a bit of it. So with all that being said, Black Clover, hopefully it stays the same or at that same vibe that I got from the beginning of 16 on, because as of right now, Black Clover, from where I'm at, it's pretty damn good and it's enjoyable and it's starting to find its own way. Yeah, it's still doing some silly shit of like, hey, I remember that from that series or whatever, but as a whole, Black Clover is definitely starting to take form on its own and I'm really enjoying it again. It was for a while, and that's why I just stopped talking about it, because I'm not going to come here every week and say, get out of here, when a good chunk of those episodes was just like 20 minutes of ugh. So yeah, Black Clover picks up from 16 on, again, I think until 25, I'm not sure, but kind of curious what you guys think about it. If you are caught up with the Black Clover anime, what do you think about the Diamond Kingdom thus far? What do you think about Mars? What do you think about the battle? Do you think that that is the arc that is going to start the big boost for Black Clover? Because I've seen a lot of popularity of Black Clover recently. A lot of people are talking about the manga's on fire lately and the anime's picked up. So I think, again, we might be onto something. Is this the Soul Society, Chunin exams, Arlong Park arc for Black Clover with the Mars / beginning of the Diamond Kingdom. I'm really enjoying it. I gotta say, it picked up, but for a while it was downright bad. Get it away from me. So yeah, your overall thoughts, expectations for the Black Clover anime. I hope it keeps on being this exciting and interesting. I'm enjoying it. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForeverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.
Making major moves, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. But now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite, but never. No matter how you get it done.